Hi, everybody. Welcome. Today's update is Monday, the 16th of October. It's a picture of Khan Yunis, not Khan Yunis, Gaza. And this is a line that runs from Gaza City, the main population center, to the Rafah crossing, which has just been opened by the Egyptians. So they're going to let refugees into Egypt, thankfully. It's about a 20-mile hike, 33 kilometers, 34 kilometers. It's a long schlep, especially for anybody. It's a long schlep. Hopefully they'll be able to move themselves out. One of the concerning things for me is that along this border, this is the 1950s armistice line with Gaza along this, and there's a wide road on the Israeli side of it, a buffer, still wide. It's a little buffer zone. There's a lot of troops. There's tens of thousands of troops massed. They're a target, and that's concerning. Just because we regained our territory and now we're amassing for an invasion doesn't mean that all of our intelligence systems are now fixed and ready and up to speed. If they could come in with hang gliders a week ago, they probably can come in with hang gliders today and drop hand grenades inside those tanks and personnel carriers that are parked along here. So that's concerning. The major concern for the moment, of course, is the northern front, or lack thereof, thank God. For the moment, we can probably thank the Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group in the Eastern Mediterranean, and which is not on this map. The Eisenhower Carrier Strike Group is probably somewhere steaming toward the Azores in the Mid-Atlantic, due to arrive in the Eastern Mediterranean at the end of October. That's going to hopefully keep fingers off the triggers of the 100,000 plus missiles in northern or southern Lebanon, I should say. You can see what they're up to this time. They're taking out places where the enemy hides out. They're no longer tiptoeing around schools and mosques, which is where they hide out. So these are some of the major mosques in Gaza, in the Shati camp. These are all, I guess, in the Shati camp. And these camps, by the way, leave us not to kid. These camps are neighborhoods. I'll show you again, actually. These camps, I've had some personal experience in Khan Yunis and Burej myself many years ago when we occupied the real estate. These are big cities. These are very, you can't get this kind of density living in some tent city, refugee camp. These are highly dense, urban, built-up areas, and they only call them refugee camps because they've been in existence since 1948, but they've been improved and built up over the generations, so they're quite dense places, dense cities. Anyway, so what we've got to be concerned with, not only in this, I just want to end on this note, and that is that we not only do we have to be concerned, and we will be concerned with humanitarian rules of military engagement, we've also got to face the fact that we've now got to become concerned with humanitarian rights for the Palestinians and the fantasy that and I've been victim of this too. I've given comfort to this school of thought that we can manage the Palestinians with no solution for them, because we always lost more casualties on our road accidents than we did to anything they were pulling off, and they were too disorganized to really be demanding anything concrete. So what's bad, so to speak? Well, we now know what's bad, of course. So they're going to have to be given a fair shake, and that fair shake is probably going to end up like we've more or less known for the last, 50 years. The 67 borders with Jerusalem East Jerusalem is its capital, something like that, more or less. They're going to have to be given a fair shake, and we're going to have to first, make sure that Hamas is out, and then probably occupy for some time until there's a provisional government or some sort of mandate, UN mandate perhaps, I don't know, something, but not too long. And the good news is, this is really good news in my opinion, the Egyptians are obviously on board. They made al-Sisi open the border, so that's a great blessing for everybody. King Abdullah from Jordan is running around the world. He's heading up the diplomatic effort to round up, to get nations in line for this. Again, in Nasrallah in Egypt, so far so good. There have been a few sympathy lobs over the border, but nothing serious yet. And the carrier strike group is probably located somewhere around here, so they're definitely within striking distance if Nasrallah gets out of hand. that's the situation for the moment. The Saudis, the Emiratis, the Qataris, they're all, the Bahrainis, they're all lined up. Oh, everybody's trying to do their part here. So we're going to hope that the invasion is short term, that the IDF can kill at least the hardest core of the opponents that they can in the time they have to do their work, so that when whatever does get established after this is over, we can be reasonably assured that it won't be, so similarly disposed as it was last week. So that's all good hope, all reason to be hopeful, but it's very nerve-wracking, the quiet, the quiet before the storm. But that's the way it is. So, folks, stay in touch, stay calm, stay informed, and we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.